2.
I'm Ben.
I'm Ben.
And this is the Ben and Ben Show. Today we're going to be talking about some new singles that recently were released, as well as the 2022 Superbowl Halftime Show with Gwen Bondurant and Mary Clark. Stay tuned for that later. But for now, we're going to be talking about a couple singles, including, starting off with Love's Train from Silk Sonic. It was recently released on Valentine's Day. It's a cover of a song by Con Function that they said was one of their favorite songs to play while they were, recording for their album. And I think it has a nice feel to it. It definitely sounds a lot like the rest of their album that they put out last year. Mm-hmm. Definitely could have fit right on there. Doesn't really explore too much differently sonically, but what did you think?
Yeah, I'd agree with the fact that I think this would have fit right on there. One of my main critiques of their last album that we're saying it could have fit onto was that a lot of the songs sounded the same. And so I think this song sounds the same as a lot of those songs. But, when it comes to Bruno Mars and Silk Sonic, that's kind of what you got to expect. Not a whole lot of variety. But, if you like it, you like it. And Ben and I just happen to like it.
I like it a lot.
Yeah.
So yeah, I gave it an 8 out of 10.
I gave this a 8.5 out of 10.
8.5.
Yeah.
Dang. Okay.
All right, and then next song is "City of Gods" by Fivio Foreign, Kanye West, and Alicia Keys. It was released at an interesting time. First of all, it's about New York City. This is where the song, quote unquote, takes place. Which, that being said, is an interesting time to release this song, because New York City's mayor took a public stance against drill music, and said it should be banned on social media, all that good stuff. And this song and Fivio's and Kanye's last song, "Off the Grid," being both heavily inspired by drill.
Yeah, I don't think it's necessarily the main focus. The main point isn't to attack the mayor by any means, I don't think, but it's certainly an aspect of it, I feel like. So musically, I wasn't too impressed. There wasn't a ton going on for me to really wow me. It kind of felt like stuff that I've heard before. I don't know why I would listen to this on top, rather than some other songs of the same kind of feel to it. But yeah, I gave it a 6 out of 10.
Yeah, I gave this a 7 out of 10. And another thing about this song is it's going to be on Kanye's Donda 2, which as of recording should release tomorrow on his $200 stem player. But this song just doesn't make me excited for that album, especially not to really $200.
Yeah, especially toward supporting Kanye like that.
Yeah.
I'll listen to his music, but to support him by buying his, I feel like that's too far. Especially with the kind of person he is, I feel like that's where I draw the line.
Mm-hmm. You can be a fan of Kanye, but a fan of his music. I know, speaking for myself, I am.
Yeah.
But I'm not a fan of a lot of his personal choices. But another thing, he doesn't want to release his new album on streaming platforms. But yet he has this song on all streaming platforms, which I guess technically this is Fivio's song, and Kanye and Alicia are on it.
Yeah.
So maybe that has something to do with it. But
certainly an odd choice.
Yeah.
Every time I open my mouth.
Next up is "Keep It Up" from Rex Orange County. It's from his upcoming album "Who Cares," which comes out in March. I think it's a solid single to have for an album. At first listen, I didn't think too much of it, but after listening to it a couple more times, it kind of resonated with me more. The lyrics kind of stuck with me more, and I thought it was a good song. It's a happy, upbeat message, I guess. Kind of just keep it up, you know, like
Yeah.
despite I don't know where I'm going with that, but you know,
Just
keep it up, just despite things. But yeah, I think that it was a good song. How about you?
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good overall. I thought him using like that orchestra in the beginning and end was cool. Otherwise, it just kind of sounds like a lot of what he already makes and like his contemporaries make. And my like kind of thought when it comes to like making something that already sounds like what we have, like why make something that sounds like we already have? Wait, why make something that sounds like what we have already when we already have that? So
Yeah,
you know,
I think that's a fair criticism.
so that would be my one criticism that I would level against it. That said, I still like the song. And I'd give it a 7.5.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how he does branch out on his album because I feel like he's a creative guy. Like I'm sure that there's gonna be some things that surprise us on his album, which I'm looking forward to. So I gave this an 8 out of 10.
Perfect.
Yeah. Why you calling at 11:30 when you only wanna
After that, Light Switch by Charlie Puth. This song was.
I'm so tempted. I'm going
This song.
light switch. Whoops.
Now you
Hold
put
on. How do I turn it off? Wait, no. I didn't mean to do that. It was worth it though. The joke has been
You didn't even do it
executed
at the right time.
It doesn't matter. I did it, and that's. Anyways.
We're losing our minds.
Mhm.
Anyways. Yeah, so Charlie Puth, he made this song on a TikTok, and he was, he's been doing this thing where he makes a song out of just a sound. This time it was a light switch. That's the name of the song. Come on, keep up with us.
And that's why I did that whole thing. Yeah. If that needed any further I'm not going to mention it anymore. I'm sorry. Just pretend like it didn't happen. Continue.
Yeah, overall, pretty simple lyrically, but I'd say it's a pretty creative endeavor that I think is just a good listen.
Yeah, I think it was interesting how he rolled this out because I think it was September or sometime in the fall where he first posted the TikTok of what if there was a song that started like this or and I think it was creative insight into how the song was made because he kind of took different ideas. You could see how the song was developing over time, and I feel like people were waiting for this for a while. I think it's a solid pop song. Like you said, the lyrics are fairly generic, but other than that, I think it's a very catchy song. I gave it an 8 out of 10. Next up is High by the Chainsmokers. They've made a return after 2 years of just taking a break, haven't released anything. And I thought it was kind of funny the marketing for this song. What they did was they had a promo video where they took two random guys and had them fill in for the Chainsmokers, I guess, for a day, kind of just walk around, see it. They had all the paparazzi, all it was hilarious. But the point of it was if you switched out two guys, you wouldn't know who the Chainsmokers were if you were walking down the street.
Mm-hmm.
You would not recognize them. And I thought that it was a fun jab at themselves. They're having fun with it. But the song itself, not so fun.
It's actually a really depressing song.
Oh, I mean, it's that's not what I meant.
It's not.
But it's just not that exciting in any way. I feel it's basically the part of the way that they were marketing it was that it doesn't sound like what the Chainsmokers have released in the past, and I gotta give them props there. It's not as EDM pop, that's what you kind of think of when you think of the Chainsmokers, but it's still kind of this generic pop vibe to it, and it's not super creative. What do you think?
I'd say that I don't think that they should have come back.
Wow. Jeez.
Judging off this song.
The world would be a better place if they just didn't release music.
I mean, no. If their mission is to say they have this new sound that's so different from everyone else's, if that's their mission, I don't think that they've really accomplished it with this song.
No.
Because, like, they use this, like, musical, I don't know if I'm using this word correctly, but motif that, like, where you go from the fifth note on a scale to the third, back up to the fifth, which is known as a millennial whoop, which we'll have a bunch of examples of it here, and then you'll know what I'm talking about. So I don't seem crazy.
In the words of Mia, you're just like overanalyzing. I
No,
love
she
it.
would say that I was.
She would say that you're doing it correctly, and that whenever I say anything like that, that is just bad. But you know,
Mia, if you're listening to this, I hope you know how much you've haunted Ben.
I'm afraid to say anything that relates to music theory on this podcast, but somehow Ben can get away with it. You know, it's okay.
I don't even know music theory.
Well, you were just breaking it out. You were just bringing out the fifth and the third. You'd like how it's a motif that like.
Yeah, I said I don't even know. I don't know what a motif
I think that's
is.
Yeah, it's like a repeated. Yeah, you're fine.
All right, so
You're fine.
sweet.
You used it right.
But yeah, anyway, I don't think that this is a very good song overall. The instrumental bit at the end they have kind of sounds like something from GarageBand. That like I don't know, but I would give this a 5.5 out of 10.
Yeah, I gave it a 6 out of 10. It's not great.
Why you bring that money to the club if you ain't throwing it? How you
All
make it on the
right,
ground?
next song, "Scared Money" by YG, J. Cole, and Moneybagg Yo. I thought it had a good simple beat. Really, this entire song could be summed up with good simple. All their verses are like just good and simple, you know, not a really whole lot going on there. Delivery, flow, it's just good and simple. You know, if this song came up like on my recommended on Spotify, you know, I'd give it a listen to and then let it go and never listen to it again. But of course, we have a podcast and I had to listen to it multiple times and it never really wore on me. I did not get added to any playlists. Ben, what'd you think?
So as you were saying, we run a podcast. We're professionals, as you can tell. This is the second time we've recorded this conversation. We're professionals. So, you know, we listen to the music multiple times. We don't do it off of face value, like first listen, just that's, you know, initial reaction. I listened to this song like 3-4 times. First time listening to it, I was like, I don't like this piano. It's kind of annoying. Fourth time listening to it, I was like, I need to stop. I don't like this piano. It is annoying. Like you said, the verses themselves, they're not too much, but like it's also not bad by any means. But I don't know what it is, but just the piano is like relentless, just the same thing over and over. It'll cut out like for a beat or two, you know. But I just wasn't a fan of that, and so I gave it a 4 out of 10.
Interesting. See, now he knows piano a lot better than I do, since he actually like knows how to play it. He can find a middle C. I can't.
I'm sure you could figure it out.
It's just counting.
It's just counting.
Yeah, but so I think I'd say that's a worthwhile opinion on that.
But I could see how you would like anyone would like that song if it doesn't annoy
Anybody
you.
who's simple brained.
No. If the piano doesn't annoy you, then that's good. You know, I think it'll be a solid song. But
Yeah.
just the piano for me is just not it. It's not it.
All right.
And finally, we have Cigarettes from Juice WRLD. This was a song that was leaked a couple years ago, and it's finally being released. Honestly, wasn't a huge fan of this one either. The chorus is a little weird. Like I don't know how to explain really. It's just I wasn't a huge fan of it. The lyrics are kind of out there. Not out there, but just it didn't really resonate with me at all because, you know, but it was kind of annoying repetitively, but I don't know. What do you think?
You know,
You're going to
as
say
much
you
as
loved it.
no, as
Okay.
much as Juice WRLD has you know left his footprint,
Yeah, like no disrespect.
you know, rest in peace.
Yeah.
I wasn't a big fan of his sound overall. and this song doesn't really persuade me to that side. And, you know, he does have his hidden gems in there, his diamonds in the rough, if you will. But, you know, I think if you're a Juice WRLD fan, you're gonna love this song.
Yeah, for sure.
As somebody that wasn't really a big Juice WRLD guy, I couldn't latch onto this song. The beat, lyrics, vocals, they were all good, but it's just not my sort of thing. So I'd say I'd find it perfectly understandable if anybody else like that was a fan of Juice WRLD, you know, or still is, because whatever.
Yeah.
Why you would like this? Kind of taking my own personal taste out of this, I'd give this, just like for how it's made, you know, everything else, I'd give this like 7 out of 10, 7.5. For my personal taste, I'd give it like a 6.5.
Yeah. Like, it's definitely something that I think Juice WRLD fans will enjoy. And I feel like it's definitely almost for them, you know, in a sense. Especially since it was leaked years ago, and I'm sure that people have been asking for it for like an official release. But, like you said, didn't really resonate with me. I'd give it a 6 out of 10. So, yeah.
Well, there you go. Now, we're going to have some sort of transition into the next part of the podcast.
We haven't figured it out yet, but we're going to.
I don't know. We've kind of just do this on the fly, man.
That's how we roll.
We lost
But
the footage to the first.
Still professional, though.
First time we tried to record this part of the podcast, we lost the footage that goes along with it. So, you know, we'll have some transition right about now. See you on the other side.
See ya. Biggest music moment of the year,
right here.
Wait, but who is that?
That's Dr. Dre.
That's not. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Yep. I knew that. That was just.
Yeah, of course.
But then who's that in the blue?
That's Snoop Dogg. You don't know Snoop Dogg?
No, I knew that. I knew that was Snoop Dogg. Yeah. Yeah. That's so cool.
Yeah.
Wait, Ben, who's that?
Oh, that's 50 Cent.
Okay. Okay. Why is he upside down?
Because he was like that in the original music video.
What music video?
That's the song.
Oh,
that we're
okay.
watching right
yeah,
now.
I knew that.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Ben, okay. Now, who are they?
I actually have no idea.
It's the motherfucking Eagle Double G.
Snoop Dogg.
You know I'm mobbing with the D.R.E.
Yeah. You know who's back up in this motherfucker. So blaze the weed up then. Blaze that shit up, nigga. Yeah. Sup, Snoop?
Top dog, light 'em all, nigga, burn this shit up. DPGC, my nigga, turn that shit up. CPT, LBC, yeah, we hooking back up.
Now
We
you're
going?
just overpronouncing
We're going.
it. It's Sing.
Sing, like the Scene 2. Have you seen that?
Have you seen Sing
I love
2?
that movie! Scene 2? Yeah.
Was it actually
You saw
good?
it without me? We already talked about this. I think I would have felt this betrayal if I had.
Mary, we literally talked about this.
Hi, welcome to the Ben and Ben Show.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Today we are still in video, you know, in 4K resolution.
I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah, you thought that was just for the teacher episode? No,
Mm-mm.
no, it's here to stay. We are here with Gwen and Mary in matching outfits, mind you.
Stepping up to the plate.
To talk about the 2022 Super Bowl halftime show.
There you go. You know, it's your outfits remind me of when Seth pulled up to his episode.
We
and
don't
he
talk
was
about
in a
Seth in front of me.
He was in a full suit.
It was hilarious.
And yeah, and it wasn't even like in video. And I wish we had that one in video.
He was in video.
Seth and Gwen had
Well, I
beef.
mean, yeah, for a promo, but not for like the episode.
Oh yeah.
What
yeah.
suit?
Like a full suit, like
Oh,
Black,
just like a business suit.
business suit. Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was gonna be like a fun, like funky one.
No.
Like,
No,
That's
it was
more
like
Seth
it was
vibes.
professional. It was professional.
oh, he's a professional man.
Mm-hmm.
Except when he hits Gwen in the face with a nitro ball and she gets a bloody nose.
That was a little painful.
What?
Did you hear about that story?
No.
Let me tell you.
Okay.
So we're in gym class, right?
Yeah.
We're just playing nitro ball, And
Nitro Ball?
yeah,
I forgot.
and
Never heard of-
Seth.
okay.
It's me and Kaylee Damsky versus Seth and Isaac. And
Oh, what a matchup.
yeah, Seth loses 1 point and just like chucks the ball at my face, so it hits me right in the nose. You know, I get a bloody nose. Isaac just stands there and is like, and I'm like, and then me and Kaylee, you know, had to go to the bathroom because like I was bleeding. So apparently now Seth and I are arch nemesis, but like I don't really consider it like that. But you know,
I feel like
Right.
Seth doesn't have a lot of those.
so if you see Seth with a black eye, wasn't me.
But aren't nitro balls pretty soft?
No,
Yeah.
I feel like they are.
no, it's
Aren't
like
they
a
like
big
the, like-
volleyball.
Oh no, she's right. She's right.
Exactly.
Nitro balls are just like kind of bigger volleyballs.
Yeah,
I was
they're
thinking of like the
hard.
dodgeball, like the
No,
no.
You were
No.
mistaken, my friend.
And when someone chucks it at your face, you know, it kind of hurts.
Well, it clearly hurt. Your nose was bleeding.
But
Well,
me and
speaking
Seth
of-
will get over it. We'll
Speaking
get
of
over it.
bleeding,
No, speaking of sports with balls, football. You know what else?
Are you into
happens?
those kind of
that's
sports?
a great
Not really, but you know what I am into?
Balls.
Oh, wait a
sorry.
minute.
We
What?
knew that.
no. Okay,
I'm just kidding.
Anyway,
Sorry.
let's continue on. Wait,
we
I have
can
a
cut that
question.
part out.
I have a question. I have a question. Would you ever date someone with the same name as you?
Nope.
What do you mean?
Like, I don't know. What if someone I date someone else named
I
My
don't-
coach, Jody, is married. She's a woman. She is married to a guy, Jody.
And
Oh.
how does it? That's probably confusing. Sorry, I'm getting.
I feel like if I wouldn't like be like, oh, your name is.
I bet there's
Well,
female
it's kinda
Bens
weird.
out there.
What about a name that rhymes?
Gwen.
I'm just kidding.
Something has come to my attention.
I need to leave.
Okay, sorry. We're distracted
kidding.
already.
Okay.
That was a joke, Ben.
We ruined Ben's perfect segue
I'm
from
sorry.
sports
No,
with
no,
balls.
no, she.
You know, speaking of names that rhyme, football. So this halftime show was hosted by Dr. Dre. It was not only like hosted by, primarily funded by him, and which was a big deal. A lot was riding on this. He was recently divorced. His wife took half of everything.
As she should.
Of
Period.
everything.
Feminism.
And half of Dr. Dre is a lot. Let's, you know, like he's a very wealthy person.
Was his lawyer not very good?
Was there
I
no
don't know.
prenup? Would you use a prenup? Sorry.
Kanye taught you to use
Just
prenup.
Yeah,
move
you-
the mic a little bit closer.
Closer?
Yeah, just because I think.
I feel like I have a loud
He didn't
voice.
listen to
That's fine.
Kanye's advice.
Does Kanye have a prenup?
No, he sang it in the song.
Tyler the Creator
Yeah.
also sang that. I'm pretty sure it was Tyler.
It was on the weekend song.
Yeah.
Sorry, continue on.
Anyway, he assembled like an Avengers level team of hip hop artists. Those including himself, Snoop Dogg, Eminem, Kendrick Lamar, Mary J.
Blige.
Blige.
I think so.
Mary J. Blige.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll cut to that.
Can we cut with video?
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
And
You
then
guys
there
got
were
it.
so those were
Can
the
we-
five that was the five lineup, and then some like the secret special guests were 50 Cent and Anderson .Paak.
Can we cut the part where I say balls?
No, we got to keep that in.
Okay. Sorry, this is very off topic. Anyway, you're trying to like introduce 50 Cent and Anderson .Paak were the two guest performers.
Yep.
Anderson .Paak didn't really like. He was just kind of
He was on the drums.
he was just vibing. But you don't know who Anderson
I
.Paak
wouldn't
is?
have known he was there.
I didn't
unless,
know.
like,
I know who he is, like, relatively speaking. Like, if I was, like, walking in a Walmart and I saw, like, I don't know if I'd be like, oh, my God, that's him. But if someone told me, like, in a lineup with, like, 3 people, I'd pick him out.
Mary would humble him as she does to UW football players.
Right,
Yes.
right.
But I didn't realize he was on the drums.
Well, his name was on the bass drum.
Well, okay. I
Ben.
apologize.
Like that was
Who are
just
you
like an
talking
extra.
to?
Mary Clark.
She'll humble the shit out of you.
For real.
Right. Sorry.
I stay humble.
Okay. So I feel like we've done most of the talking so far. What did you guys think? Like initial reactions? Anything?
Well, when I first heard the lineup, I was, like, excited. But I also kind of was like, I don't know. I feel like a lot of those artists aren't really producing a ton of music right now. But I think it was, like, really cool in the sense that, like, especially, like, a lot of, not older generations, but we're super excited about it. I don't know. What about you, Gwen?
Well, you know, I'm going to be honest here. I never pay attention to anything. So I didn't know who was singing in it until we were at the Great Dane, you know.
Freaking
As it was
watching
happening.
it.
As it was
As
It's like
happening.
you didn't pay attention to that ball flying at your face.
In my defense, I was turned around. But thank you, Ben.
How did it hit your nose?
Okay.
Ben, you're on my list.
Whoa.
Oh, I want to make a
list?
point. Ben Moyle, not Ben Obby.
Thank you for
Of
clarifying.
course. Don't want it like because if you die, I don't want that on my name.
Right.
So
Or your
Okay.
conscience either.
yeah. So I gotta make sure I gotta have some sort of future.
So
I
you
can
can
see
you can
that.
die, but I
Yeah.
can't.
Okay.
I can't.
No,
die.
but like if he dies, I will take
You'll take credit
responsibility.
for it. You'll be like, yeah, I did that.
yeah.
But if I die, you're
you
like,
die,
that wasn't
that's
me.
not on me.
Guys.
That's not on
This
me.
podcast episode is gonna be playing like a crime documentary podcast, like
It's gonna
like
be
Crime
used,
Junkie.
It's gonna be used
It's gonna
like
be,
against
a
me.
piece of evidence.
Yeah, it's gonna be used against me when I'm like trying to like be in whatever
In like
career.
30 years too, it's like it's gonna be like Ben gets murdered, and it's like, all right, we gotta go deep dive into the archives, like
And they like edit Gwen how she like looks at Ben like the evil
like
rat.
with the video, yeah.
And they're like, look how she looks at him. How did Ben and Mary not know?
Would you ever date someone with the name that rhymes with your name?
It's all coming together.
Oh my God. Anyway, back to the music. I didn't like know, but as I was watching it, I don't know. I just thought it was like kind of unique because a lot of times it's just like either one or two. So I liked that it was like, as you said earlier, I don't know which one you said it, but like adventures. I just thought that was like cool.
Yeah.
Like they all came together. So my question is, who's Iron Man?
I'd say Dr. Dre's.
Yeah,
on it.
he's
I
kind
would
of like
agree.
the
Like, kinda-
central.
Put it all together.
Yeah.
I would agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah.
Who's the Hulk?
50
Eminem.
Cent.
Oh no, Busy Cent.
No, actually, that's
He's
like
like a
a
built
Eminem
guy. Like,
So does that make Mary J. Blige Black Widow, or is she gonna be like Wanda?
No, let's stick to the main six. I think she would be Black Widow,
Yeah, I agree.
which, and then I don't know.
who'd Kendrick Lamar be?
Eminem would definitely be like Captain America, maybe.
No, I feel like Eminem would be Hawkeye.
Yeah, I was
Like,
gonna say
he's
Eminem.
just-
No, yeah, Eminem's Hawkeye.
Because Snoop Dogg is Captain America.
For real, for real. He has raised American youths. The fact that Martha Stewart has done more time than Snoop Dogg is so
It's
crazy
so
to
funny.
me.
It's so funny.
I always see those memes and I'm like, yes.
Honestly, I kind of see Snoop Dogg as Thor though, like
true.
just like messing
Ooh.
around doing his own
Yeah.
thing, like. But I don't know.
No one can kind of touch what he like has. You
Like
know?
he's kind of in his own world
Well, he
sometimes.
was on trial for murder, so they can kind of, touch him. That sounded
What?
weird.
What?
But you know what I mean? He was on trial for murder, so it's not like he's like untouchable.
what?
Snoop Dogg was on trial for murder.
Yeah, on trial. Was he convicted?
No, that's true.
Untouchable.
He's
That is
untouchable.
true.
Actually, we might want to fact check.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
have no
Mary
idea.
could just be
I have
saying
no
stuff.
idea.
I have no idea what she's
true
talking
or
about
not.
right now.
How many fake facts can Mary get in here?
We're gonna have to like fact check every single one.
Little like fact check thing in the corner, like right,
Like
right
disclaimer.
here.
Yeah.
Anyway, what the song lineup they had? What did you guys think of it? Any of you three?
I mean, oh, you want to?
no, you
Okay. I think that at least for the first song and the last song, I think they did a really nice job of choosing those ones because those were like the biggest, I think, which kind of especially to open it. You know, you have the next episode to open, and I think that's like the perfect way to open that with like the stage like rising up,
Right.
and that was pretty cool. And I mean, I didn't really know any of what's her name, Mary J. Blige's song.
yeah.
Sorry,
I
I feel kind of bad not knowing who she is, but like, but yeah, I didn't really know either of her songs, so that it was kind of indifferent. Kind of like I know some people are disappointed that Kendrick didn't do "Humble,"
I
but
feel like it's. I like. Okay,
I
we can go on the Kendrick stuff. I think it was really cool that Kendrick did "All Right" because that's like a song that's very like anti-police, pro BLM, and I thought it was really cool that he got to perform that there. They did censor it though. There's one line in the song where he goes in the original. He goes, "And we hate po-po when they killing us dead in the street faux show," and when he performed it, they cut out the po-po part. So very interesting, because then during Still DRE, they didn't cut out the part where Dr. Dre sings "Still Not Loving Police." So I don't know what was like the fine line between those two lines, but
I feel like it could be one like the Dr. Dre line is just saying like how they feel, but like the other one is like kind of calling out their actions, and that a lot of people don't like when that happens.
I'm sure there's some like legal stuff that, or not legal, but like a lot of thought put into those, like deciding whether or not you can say that in the biggest music event of like the year. But
Yeah. No, post show.
While on Kendrick Lamar, like I loved the entrance with the boxes and the outfits. I think is the most important part. Is that it kind of reminded me of Beyonce's part, which sounds weird, but the outfits were kind of more military-esque, and then like they were kind of had like the movement that Beyonce kind of has. So I really liked kind of that element of like the military movement as well as the outfits. Which I think, and like the hair, loved.
If we're talking about outfits, can we talk about Snoop Dogg's matching set?
Oh yeah.
See,
Snoop
I
Dogg
didn't
was
love.
rocking it.
I loved the outfit, but I didn't like. It's like if you're at the Super Bowl, I think you got to show up. You know.
Matching sets are where it's at.
But like it's Snoop Dogg. Like
that's what I'm saying. Like,
Like that, I think that was perfect for
he's
him.
kind of in his own world. Like everyone
That's
else,
true.
aren't they like in all white for the most part, or was it? I
like
don't remember.
if Dr. Dre shows up
Kendrick
in that.
Lamar was like in an all black. I feel like
they were
all
pretty
wearing
like
black.
neutral colors,
Yeah.
like.
Mary
But then there's
was
Snoop
all
Dogg with
white.
like royal blue, just like.
One thing I didn't like about like Mary J. Blige's outfit is it looks like she's wearing a diaper. Like when people wear like those like
adult diapers.
well they're not.
I mean, like
Thank you,
because
Ben.
it's high waisted like
No,
bikini
they're, like,
bottoms.
high-waisted bikini bottoms, but they're like
They're not.
thick, but they like stop. I don't know. I just think it looks like you're wearing a diaper, and it
Okay.
just like on stage. Like first of all, you're gonna be cold, and second of all, like why? I don't know. Not my cup of tea. You won't catch me wearing that.
Okay.
I kind of loved it. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh wow, controversy.
I didn't like love it, but like think of all the stuff that Beyonce wears. I think it should have maybe been a one piece, but also like what would you have wanted it
But I think Beyonce pulls it off better.
controversial?
I don't
Personally,
think that's controversial.
I'm not much of a costume guy.
Me neither.
So,
Really, your outfits are like spectacular today.
oh, thank you.
Today, not every
Tonight.
other day.
Well, every
Well,
day, obviously.
Okay.
Ben's got the good like red, but you see the blue in his socks matches his eyes, and then we have Ben over here with like a little layering effect. I like it.
It is it almost got up to 50 today, so I was like, we gotta go summer dress.
Ben's red is matching his red.
Thanks for that.
Did you wake up from a nap?
No,
Oh,
He was sun tanning.
Thanks.
He's blonde. He
I
burns
did get hit in
easily.
the face with a plastic guitar yesterday, though. So
Who hit you? Your brothers?
John Rathgaber.
Wow.
How?
Probably on purpose.
No, it was on purpose.
Oh,
he was
I'm
he was
sorry.
whacking
beat him
me
up?
multiple times. No, he's
You-
like 5 foot. I'm not gonna beat him up
wait. Why did he whack you?
Yeah.
because he was just being annoying. I don't know.
What grade is he in?
Junior.
Oh, okay. We'll go after him tomorrow. I don't
The
know.
gym
when
crew's
is, but
pulling
we'll
up.
find him.
I have him in. I have him tomorrow in a class.
Where'd he hit you? Like here?
Yeah, it was like underneath my eyes.
I can kind of see some
That's
bruising.
such a bully. Okay, I'll give you a hug. I'm sorry.
So
Are you
John,
guys gonna
John's
fake
home
hugs?
address
So
is
football.
Fake hug me back, Ben.
Oh, sorry. Yes,
Thank you.
there you go. One thing that I did like about Kendrick Lamar's segment specifically, and Ben had mentioned this earlier, is that it's like pretty basic like camera work throughout the whole thing. But then when Kendrick pops up, it's like it zooms in and out really quickly, and that kind of just caught me off guard. I liked it, but it kind of took me out of like the whole, like it was a change of pace. I thought it was interesting. Didn't really have too much of an effect on it though, but
I really like the choreographing with his dancers. The Dre Day, I think they had it on their sash. I don't know. And like the commitment with like blonde, their blonde beards. They had to like dye that. I don't know. I thought that whole thing, and I agree their outfits and everything were cool. So yeah,
I think it was the biggest like performance aspect of the show too.
Yeah.
Like most of it was just like the artist standing there like, you know, rapping or whatever. But then he had like this whole troupe of dancers behind him. But
Well, I think we should talk about kind of how, like, I feel like the performance was very, I think most of them usually are focused towards the cameras. Like, if you were behind that house,
there's nothing.
nothing.
well here's the
And,
thing.
like, that's how it
Remember
normally works, but, like, obviously, I think.
they have them on the jumbotrons though.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
And I mean, if you're like, but they're like above them mostly. So But I see what you're saying.
Like
And I feel
50
like-
Cent's entrance, you wouldn't have been able to see that if you
Yeah.
were on
Yeah.
the other side. They'd be like,
But you
"What?
might
Why
not
are
be
they
able to
pointing
see
down?"
it,
Like,
too, because
But-
it's like so far
Yeah,
away.
but also like the majority of people at the Super Bowl, I don't think they're just there for like the halftime show.
yeah.
I
You know,
disagree.
a lot of time it's like the people, like the
Really?
the viewers
love the
like
halftime
at
show.
home. Well, yeah, but a lot of time it's like the viewers at home who are like waiting
she's
for the
home.
halftime show, not like the people who like went to watch the football game.
Right.
Yeah.
But like obviously they're probably still interested.
Did you see that I think it was the Bengals kicker, was it, that watched the halftime show? One of the
didn't
kickers
see
on from the team was watching the show instead of being in the locker room.
Well, what does a kicker do besides kick it?
yeah, I mean,
I don't know, but I kind of respected that.
Yeah.
I was like, that'd be me. I would leave the sidelines to watch the show.
You know what I really respected was Dr. Dre plays in between. I think it's I might have the spot wrong, but in between
lose yourself.
Lose Yourself and the last song, they do a little like tribute to Tupac, and they do a little piano from one of his songs, and I thought that was really cool. You know, Eminem takes a knee of respect after it. I thought that was really cool, and then it like they perfectly like sync it up to Still Dre,
yeah.
the piano opening. And Eminem actually got a little bit of shit for that, even from like the former governor of New
Rudy
York City.
Giuliani.
Yeah, for he was like, you should go to another country because you
For taking a knee?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it wasn't like it was a knee for like Tupac because he is dead.
Yeah.
I
But
feel like it
wasn't-
could
well,
be
It's not during like the.
national anthem.
So why would that?
I
even
feel like
be
it could also be
controversial?
just like taken that way too, though. Like
Yeah. People
I think
were
I
just
think
like-
it was
people
both.
don't know, like, you know, if you're not really super familiar with it. So
Yeah, like
Yeah.
kneeing any time in a football arena or football stadium.
when I saw that, I was
And
I just knew it
people
was gonna be
love to
trouble.
cause drama.
yeah,
That they'll take.
especially
one thing-
Eminem.
Yeah.
Eminem likes to cause drama,
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
But-
he's some shady.
just like Trisha Paytas.
No.
I had to tag her in. I
Did you know she's
apologize.
pregnant, Mary?
No
I
way.
did. I did know that.
I still don't know who
apologize.
she
Okay,
is.
so and this is no longer a music podcast. This is a
Trisha Paytas.
ex-YouTuber slash Vine star.
Slash OnlyFans.
For real. Ex-friend of me. No, she used to be in a podcast with Ethan Klein.
We should get her on the podcast.
She low-key would go. I'm like, not even kidding
Like,
you.
hey.
No, like, if you DM'd her, I bet she'd be like, yeah. Would see her every day.
But off of what Ben said earlier, I really like how each song transitioned into one another. It felt like one long song, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that they really worked to make it seem as seamless as possible. And I really enjoyed the effort put there.
Yeah, especially I think the beginning. It was such a great song to start with
Yep.
the beat drop and like the
Oh,
way
yeah.
they kind of like zoomed in. I loved that they started with that song and then they transitioned to him being upside down. I was like, yes.
Oh
But I was
yeah, I
kind of
love
scared
that.
for him. I
Like,
was
the
like, he's
little
gonna
like
fall on his head.
Well,
I
and the
thought that
cool
was
thing about
funny.
him being upside down is that is a throwback to the original music video for that song, where he is upside down at the beginning. So yeah, that's really cool.
I thought that was like the perfect entrance.
Yeah,
Wait, how did he get down? I don't remember seeing.
I think they like cut away for a second because they like focus on this one dancer for like really long,
Yeah, I saw
Yeah.
and
her
they cut
that's
back to
definitely
him,
when
and he's
he-
like normal.
yeah.
in
upset-
that dancer.
upright.
I saw her TikTok about it. Not that that's relevant, but she had TikTok and I saw it.
Hmm.
But
Put it,
speaking
like,
of his
right
performance,
here.
how did we feel about it? Like with the dancers and his song choice.
I know. I like the song. I actually like, so like how you can like wake up to a certain song. Like on my birthday, like I made it that ringtone. So randomly, I wake up to that song and I'm like, if I have like that same timing. Yeah, you know. It's
Okay.
just, it's also from like the movie Happy Death Day. Where, like it's in that movie. And it just like, it just fits the vibe. In mi opinion. Ben, that's Spanish for my opinion. I know you
Thank
take
you for
French. I know you
clarifying.
take French, so I didn't know if you knew.
Yeah, that one was a hard
Yeah.
one to
Yeah, I
translate.
couldn't really
Spanish
tell.
4 over here.
Right.
Just saw
wow.
like smoke coming out of his ears.
Yeah.
I know.
Just like French question
So
marks
what's
above
the
my head.
opposite of mansplaining? Would that be
Woman's
gansplaining?
So I think it would be like gal splaining.
Oh, can you explain it a
Okay,
little more?
so Gwen, galsplaining is when you no.
real.
I think all of the artists chose good songs. Like I think the set list is a nice group of songs. There's a lot of like diversity among the songs, even though it's like the same like genre. kind of.
90s rap.
Yeah.
And then Kendrick Lamar, but the 90s rap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like a mentioned, like it's mostly these. It's catered to a weird group of, not a weird group of people, but like.
Oh, okay.
No,
Okay,
no.
all you out there, Ben just called you weird.
No. I'm just saying that, like, I feel like Kendrick was put in there to kind of cater towards the younger generation, where it's like everyone else is more like 90s, kind of like our parents kind of level.
Right.
Where I think it does a good job of catering to a wide group of people, is what the point I was going to get to. I don't think anyone who listens to their music is weird. Just,
No, I know what you're saying. I feel like usually it caters to not younger generations necessarily, but kind of like almost like the players' ages, I feel like, for the musician. And I really like that they had more than one musician, because I think that'd be like really great for the future, because I think one musician's kind of a lot sometimes.
And they also, like, a lot of times, like, it's like hard to like sing for that long. So like once you get to halfway through their show, they're usually like tired, but like with all the different lineups, like you had someone like just as like excited as the person in front of them to like sing. So I think that really like helped keep people like actually paying attention.
Yeah, for sure.
I think one big problem with like last year's show with The Weeknd is like, a lot of people love The Weeknd, and I thought it was a pretty good show, but like there's a ton of people who just don't know who The Weeknd is.
Oh my gosh, I have a funny Weeknd story. I was at work like last fall. Sorry, it'll be quick. And
this is about like The Weeknd, not your weekend, right?
Like
okay.
The Weeknd without an E, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Just
So
making
we're
sure.
like chatting and whatever, and he's like, "Do you like The Weeknd?" And I was like, "Yeah, I like The Weeknd." Like really confused. I was like, "Cause I was like,
'Cause you didn't
do
know
I
who it
like
was."
Friday, like
Gotcha.
Saturday?" And he goes, "No, like the music artist." And I was like, "Oh yeah, I like The Weeknd." I've never felt more dumb than in that moment. I was like, "Do I like The Weeknd? I mean, yeah, I don't have to go to school." That was a rough moment for Gwen.
A rough moment for me, and like with a rapper, was I was in Chicago for Juice World, and we heard the ambulance.
He died on my birthday
I was in Chicago on your birthday.
without me. Anyway, Benz,
Drama.
take it away.
Wait?
I don't really know what to say to that.
No.
It's something to mention. Like this show, I haven't heard a ton of negative stuff about it. Like
It's just,
it was a
couple,
good
like,
one.
Like really, like I don't know, people from Florida that are like, the
Controversial, like,
NFL
kneeling and
lost a
stuff.
fan today.
Or okay.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
no,
But-
Steve from
Oh no, they were really counting on him.
Yeah.
But like compared to past Super Bowls, this definitely won't be remembered as one of the bad ones. And I
No.
think that's
Yeah.
a good change of pace from the past couple of years.
And I definitely think having like the weekend before them, people were kind of just like hoping it wasn't bad.
Yeah, someone that they maybe knew, like especially for like older people.
Yeah.
And
People that actually watch the Super Bowl.
And
Yeah.
also like Snoop and like Dr. Dre, like they're still like relevant to our
Yeah.
generation.
yeah,
Like
And Eminem,
not
too.
everyone like knows like all of their songs, but like the
But
most
if you don't know
common
who
ones,
Snoop is,
you
Snoop
can
Dogg,
like
like-
exactly
Yeah.
like
He's like
you
a
can
cultural thing.
you
as
can
well.
like pull off like like the most common ones. So it's
Yeah.
kind of like it was an easy way to like link all the generations together.
Anyway,
She
Ben.
killed it.
but my only comment was it's not a big deal, but I feel like it was missing like, and it's kind of just because of the genre. It's missing that song that like everyone can like sing along to.
I agree.
It's like, of course, everyone knows at least I would hope the first and last song that they did, and Eminem song, "Lose Your."
Yeah,
Yeah.
lose
Lose yourself. Yeah, I was blanking. As I'm saying, everyone should know it.
Yeah.
But
No,
know.
honestly though, it's hard to remember the name of that song.
it actually is
No.
though. Like I just think Mom's Spaghetti. But anyway, but I feel like it's just missing that like crowd
like the one that gets
participation.
everybody
Yeah,
involved.
like kind of like everyone knows the words to all of it.
Exactly.
But like I said, with the genre, I don't know if there's necessarily a song that you could find like
hard
that.
to do that with
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
hip hop rap.
Yeah.
That kind
So
of thing.
it's not really a criticism, but just kind of.
like a lot of people know like the chorus of
Chorus, yeah.
Indie Club.
Oh yeah.
Like so that one I feel like maybe could be like used as like the one to tie everything together.
Mhm.
But like then again, it's just like that short part of the song.
Yeah.
So, but with like that genre, like you said, it's kind of like a lot of times people just like to sit there and like listen or like bop their head.
Mm.
You know?
I'm gonna circle back. What about Nicki and Cardi?
I don't think they would ever let those two.
They're also
No, I
not.
don't
They're
think
not. They're kind of enemies, but like it'd be iconic.
Well, they're on a song together.
Well, would you give a rating out of 10 to this year's Super Bowl?
And should we give an explanation as well?
Sure.
I am going to give it, honestly, I'm like not good at rating. I always give them super high. I'm gonna give it like a 9 out of 10.
All right.
Because honestly, I look at it like somewhat critical, but I think it was a great performance. It did what it had to do, and I think it was really great for this year. I think the music was great. The one thing I would say maybe is like, obviously a lot of rap is a lot of bass, but for the live performance, maybe like tone it down a little bit, because you can always hear the vocals as well. But I think the setup was really cool and fun, and just the whole performance and kind of how it was like almost like you and the gang back together, which was kind of fun. So, what about you, Gwendolyn?
Well, like I am not like a diehard fan for any of the artists, so like it wasn't like the exact show for me, but I would still give it like, I don't know, like a 7 or 8 out of 10. Like I'm not good at ratings because I do think it did what it needed to do. It was entertaining. Like I wasn't bored throughout it, and I think that's like probably like the most like important thing for me is that it didn't like bore me. So I think that's super important, and like it was entertaining. Like they like worked with what they had, and I think that's like very important.
And when we saw, we were in such great company for Valentine's Day.
Exactly.
So.
And we got a free meal, like,
oh, that was a really good
but
time.
we were disappointed because they didn't have root beer.
True.
So
Oh my god.
that would have made the night better.
Yeah. Come on,
But
great
the
day.
brownie with the ice cream.
I would probably give it an 8 out of 10 as well. Like you said, Gwen, I'm not like a diehard fan of this, like of any of those artists, but I think that what they did, it was unique, it was creative. Really liked the setup that they had. The performance was good. Like you said, wasn't bored for a single second of it. So I think it was definitely one of the best. So
The
8 out
only
of 10.
downfall of that night is when these two were trying to steal my boyfriend.
Who was trying to steal your boyfriend?
Both of them.
Oh, I do remember
I'm getting
that.
called out right now.
The great thing about this is that Isaac is probably like gonna see this, because like
He bought a sticker. He's a better
did.
band
He
fan.
did buy. Thanks, Isaac.
Kind of
Thank you,
shady that
Isaac.
You were
he's
like
never
one of the
invited.
Appreciate
first.
it.
You were one of the
You-
first people to
It
buy.
was like
a
an
sticker.
hour, not even.
Not even like an hour
Guys.
after.
Guys, he might break up with me for you too, so it makes me nervous.
Isaac, just you know where we are. You know where to find
He's
us.
like, I'll date you if you let me on the podcast.
No, when he found out I was doing this, he was like, "Why are you doing it?" And he was like, "I can help you with notes." And I was like, "I'm good." I was like, "I'm okay." Thank you.
Oh, we're leaving all of this in. Anyway,
See,
so
I don't have anyone, so no one help
I
me
would
with my
give
notes.
this probably like an 8.5 out of 10. I like all these guys and gals that were up there.
Even though you didn't know who she was before this.
None of you guys did.
And
Notice-
goes, "How
I
do we
do-
pronounce her name?"
Wow.
As you might be able to tell by my wall, I do like a little bit of Kendrick. All right, this has been the Ben and Ben Show. Thank you for tuning in. Remember to do all the YouTube stuff. I don't know. You know what to do. Support us. Buy a sticker. See you later.
Bye.
Bye. Where do you buy a sticker?
That was an hour.